Wow.
All right. Well, if anything goes wrong, we've got John Limbacher here, and he's a Zoom expert. So, all right, let's see who's coming. Let's have a look. More people are joining, guys. All right. I'll just wait a minute. It's not like GoToWebinar. I think people they'll still need to. Okay, there's the chat. Can you see the chat, Frank?
There's too many like things on my
I think
screen.
we're like Zoom newbies here. I think you
Yeah,
can
I know
press
you
the
Down at
see.
chat.
the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, man.
Oh, got it, got it. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding. I wasn't. I did not see that. Just did not see
All
that.
right, let
Hold
me just
on.
admit more people are joining. I'm just gonna just keep on clicking admit all. Um,
Testing one, two, three. Okay, I'm just recording it on OBS as well because it's kind of cool.
it is cool, right? I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to see everyone on the screen. Okay, let me just. Oh, there we go. Gallery. That's what I wanted. Gallery. Let's get the
Hey,
chat.
good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey,
Hey.
David.
All right. Hey, I had a quick question while we're waiting.
Yeah,
Um, from the Zagio presentation yesterday. Great job, guys. I'm pretty dang excited about what you guys have built. It's infrastructure for, that rides on top of LLMs, and I have something similar that I've developed as well, but I call it Shift Neural OS, and so I can't wait to connect. And I've been looking for how do I scale this and how do I make this available to clients? Because right now it's all Claude files, and so I was going to have to write a front end or something to make it extensible, allow people to develop on it. But I think now with your platform, I'm going to be able to use that to extend my Shift Neural OS, have it be in the background, and have your products allow me to build a portal on top to give access to the world, But my question was around Zagio. Is Zagio going to be embedded in this tool so that
I don't know
uh,
if Herc's here right now. Is Herc, did
I'm
Herc
just
join
I'm
yet?
just letting him in. Hang on.
Hang on, let
Hang on.
Herc in.
He did want to just chill in the background. Not sure.
Yeah, oh, sorry, Herc. Hey, Herc, you can't chill, mate. The first
Hang
question's
on.
about
no?
you.
I'm here. I'm
Herc,
here.
Herc, David just asked, is there any way that Zaju is going to somehow be in the background or somehow integration with Easy? So we're just putting you on the spot right there.
Hmm. Too
Oh,
early.
yeah.
Too early for that
Too
question.
early.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, eventually, somehow, in some way, we've got to figure it out. I don't want to kill Zadrio subscriptions, of course, and I know Easy's pretty powerful. We talked a lot about this on the webinar that I was on yesterday. But yeah, we're going to. It's something that we're exploring, is I guess
Okay.
the best way to put it, and
Yeah.
how it's going to work best. You know what I mean? But like, definitely Easy is so powerful, and what it's doing on top of what Zagio is doing is even more powerful. Um,
Yeah.
so figuring out a way to make the two work together a little better, a little more streamlined. Um, Absolutely, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah,
Just
where you maintain your monetization of your product, and then but so it's like a you you subscribe to the Zagio platform, and then you subscribe to Easy.one. They're two different subscriptions, but they work together, so there's
yeah.
some kind of like integration there. But because when
Yeah,
I
I
go to
know one
build
of
a
our
website,
developers already built a skill in his easy installation to actually control the Zagio build process itself. So, I mean, I got to see it working in a recorded video. I never got a chance to use it yet. But one thing that would be pretty cool is if that's an option, and I use it and I test it and I agree with what it's doing, releasing maybe that skill to Zagio users, easy accounts would be the most sensible thing for me right now. But I do also believe there's so much more we can do than that.
okay,
Yeah.
last question. Then the sites that we build in Easy.one, they're going to automatically be ranked into the AI overviews quickly and easily. Is that correct without Zagio? Did I understand that yesterday from
No, not
because
quite. We were the tests that we had ran, were on Zagio built sites, and then
got it.
Easy was given access to those WordPress installations. to make the changes necessary for the
Got
AI
it.
view appearances.
Okay, so I can use that's the path forward. I build in Zagio, still WordPress site or any site for that matter, and then I can use Easy.one to to do additional AEO optimization on it. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
100%. And what
Okay.
I'll do for you and the others that are in like the DLA group is we'll get a better set of instructions for Easy to be able to make
Okay.
those changes because every site is different and not everything's going to have a cost
Yep.
calculator or whatever strategies. We're also testing additional strategies. We'll provide you guys and other members in the DLA group with those exact instructions that we're using
Perfect.
for you to be able to use in your own account. The safest way to do this with your existing websites is um, probably an application password in Ask Easy to, access the website via application password in WordPress. When you gain a little more confidence, if you have a hosting account with an API access or a server with an AP or a server with SSH access, then you can, kind of give it more control. But again, start really, really slow. Start with an application password, get used to the process, and then you
I
can.
understand. And
Cool.
And
and this is the last question for David or
Yeah.
Francis. Is Easy.one connected to GitHub?
the answer is always yes if you do it. So we use it with GitHub constantly. So we had that big thing yesterday in the chat with Herc. And by the way, I just quickly say something before we finish. If just about that last bit, I can tell you one thing. Easy loves Zagio. We really, it is. I think what they're doing is the future. That's training. That's stuff that is really important. So we are, from our side, as well. I'll leave it at for now. We love it. We love it.
Okay. All
When
right.
it
Thank you.
comes to GitHub and all of that, it comes down to you can connect to anything. So you need to kind of ask the thing what you want to do. It'll help you through it.
Yep.
If it tells you stuff you're not like it's being too complicated, you just say it like simplify this for me, man. I do that all the time. Just say
Yeah.
simplify it and help me do it. Try and now all of us have to get used to this. We go first to ask it. Ask easy.
Yeah.
What is it? Ask easy
Yeah.
or ask it. It's easy. There we go. So go there. Yeah, GitHub is a pretty good citizen. It's got some great APIs. You have to do a bit of work with the OAuth connections. Sometimes you have to do these personal access tokens, but you'll get through it. If there are any things that we need to improve, because GitHub is so popular, we could even kind of update the skills. So do let us know if you find it too difficult. We'll simplify it with a good skill we'll put into the system.
And
Hey, Frank.
this is the last question, I promise. I would assume that it's also integrated with Vercel and V0, so I can GitHub Vercel V0 to do all my I can do all my web deployments, projects, and stuff on
It's
that
very
stack.
good at connecting to APIs.
Okay.
Hey, Frank.
Awesome.
Hey,
Cool.
David,
Hey,
it's
Frank.
Dave.
Cool.
Dave, is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, I can confirm to David that it does work with GitHub because I just redid my whole website with GitHub with Easy.
That's
Awesome, Dave.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
In fact, I think we built we built a lot of the Easy.one pages actually, and they were all using GitHub, weren't they? So yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, the first thing I want to do is welcome everybody. Welcome to this very first community call. I've never done this before with everybody, on camera. Well, not everybody's on camera, but that's okay too. So just quick note, just be respectful, of course. If you need to talk about anything, do let us know. That's fine. Just be respectful as you're doing it. So the other thing I wanted to mention is welcome some people. We've got some new people that joined us yesterday, and I think they're on the call today. So I want to welcome you. And there's more people joining as I add them in. And what I'd quickly like to do is just show some of the new people how to add the ChatGPT subscription, just for the new people. And then I'm going to upgrade everyone, Frank, to 0.42. And
Wait, you're going to do that now? You ran all
well,
the
why
things you
not?
needed.
Like Antoine's been testing it. We've been testing it. It's doing really cool. There's been a lot of upgrades and a lot of
Super
improvements.
cool version, yeah.
There is 0.43 coming. I think everybody's on 0.33, version 0.33, if you haven't upgraded. But I think I want to go through that process. And I think it's important for them to see the upgrade process, see it all come together. And then, so yeah, if it's okay with everyone, I just want to do that. And then Frank will talk about some of the updates in 0.42.
Yeah.
And then we'll hand it over to you guys, and we'll just kind of have a chat, just like David did at the beginning, just ask a few questions, and we'll just see where this thing goes, right? So is that cool with everyone? Awesome. Brian, just
Yeah,
letting.
you can use those reaction buttons. They're kind of fun. So we can
Yeah,
see
cool.
that
Yeah, do
easily.
that. Yeah, cool.
The reaction
Awesome.
buttons, but there you go. John, this update 42, that will affect agents. So it cleans up some problems that happened with agents. So we'll be paying it special attention. So if you notice any discrepancies, we can then connect it. But actually, it's to tighten up where the skills go, because it was actually when the Forge was making agents, it was kind of leaving them in the wrong place. So this update fixes that as well. So special attention. It's in preparation for the major agent changes that will come in a few weeks' time, which I keep on saying are in a couple of weeks. I know, but we've had so many requests that we kind of things stacked up before us. But
Cool.
that's what this is all
Cool.
about.
All right. So I'll just quickly go through this. So for ChatGPT, Claude, and the X subscription, for you to use your subscription that you're paying monthly to these providers, you want to click one of these three buttons on the page, okay, as you're being onboarded, okay? If you're going to use an API key, then you're going to be paying a lot more for the intelligence. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to do ChatGPT because the rest are pretty simple. So click sign in with ChatGPT. If it fails, well, when it fails, copy the URL. Just click I won't freak out. Log into your ChatGPT account, continue, and then it will have an error page that shows up. That's fine. This is what we want. What we need to grab is this URL. Just copy that URL and then paste it in here. And then that's how you add your ChatGPT subscription.
Yeah.
And then you simply go through the onboarding process here.
By
Okay.
the way, David, this is an older version.
It is an older version. I did it on purpose
Why?
because I wanted to do the upgrade and show them.
Oh,
But
you
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, I
but
get
that's
you.
okay. That's all right. That's
I was
okay.
having a heart attack there. I
Yeah.
was like, why are you using this old technology? It's over a week old
Old
now.
technology. It's like 4 days old.
It's
Come on.
4 days old, man. Come on.
All
Um,
right. All right. All right.
By the way,
As you
can I
can see,
just say something
yeah.
just quickly about the Chat GPT thing? So you saw how that link went dead, and it kind of the reason we're doing that, and it's not something we would ever want to do to you because we don't. The whole point of this is easy, so this is a little tricky, and that's not the name of our product. So the reason for this is we're giving you a way of getting hold of these chat gpt subscriptions into the agentic world, and it's very hard to do, and we have to kind of go through this little kind of hack thing to do it, and that's what that's about. So when you're not using the chat gpt subscription, it costs you about 20 times more, so it's kind of a bit of an inconvenience, but well worth it.
Cool. I'll just go through this onboarding process, and then I'll do the upgrade. Okay. And this is the old one. Okay. So once it's done, I'm just going to upgrade everybody, and then we'll go through the process there. And maybe Frank, if you maybe you want to just quickly pull up. We didn't get a chance to go through the updates between 0.33 and 0.42. But if you have I know there's been hundreds of things that you've done, but maybe
Yeah,
if you could pull out some.
you did it on the site, or no, you didn't put it on the site?
No, I didn't. We were
my
both very busy
my
today.
man, how am I meant to remember all of them?
It's
Let me go
easy.
through.
I'll show you
All
how we
right,
do it. Yeah.
you show me how to do that.
So, all right, let me just quickly do this and go to the settings. All right, and everybody here is on 0.33. I'm just going to bump it all to 0.42. Frank's about to have a heart attack. Let's save that. And let's go back to the dashboard. And I am going to, after that's finished saving, I'm going to upgrade mine. Nobody upgrade theirs just yet. Just wait. Wait for me to do mine. Okay, so let's just wait for that to finish, and then we can go through it.
So you just did an onboarding on a new box, basically, right?
Yeah, brand new box. So just so I can show some of the new Easy customers how to plug ChatGPT in. All right, cool. Perfect. Okay, great. So let me just quickly upgrade this. that should be done. So I'm just going to click upgrade. So to upgrade, guys, you go to my.easy.one. And if you see this upgrade button, you can click it. Frank, I don't know if you want to talk about in the near future the way,
Yeah.
the upgrades will work. Yeah.
Okay, so we always wanted to leave everyone in control of their updates, but that's just caused absolute chaos. And there's a reason all these big companies tell you, no, you got to update now. These updates are kind of sometimes just features, sometimes just cool stuff, things that you're going to enjoy, just make your life easier. But other times they're like serious things that have to be updated. The providers for LLMs change all the time. They throw different kind of error messages. You know that sometimes you're using it and it's just giving you some weird error message. That's because they've changed something, and all the systems around the world have to be updated to understand that new change. Like Anthropic kind of blocks, occasionally decides that it's over capacity and will just cut connections. And for Easy to work, it needs to recognize those new signals. So sometimes we kind of need to do that. Other times we find a bug that could be really potentially problematic, like it might delete a file or cause a problem or cause corruption in your system. So there are these updates are coming all the time for a reason. It's not just for fun. We're going to create a situation now where when we release updates, we're going to test them strongly, and then we're going to sort of put an update window. So you got like once the update appears, it will try and do the update when you're not using it, or it will try and do it during the night or something like that. And it'll give you a bit of a chance because you could be in the middle of something. You don't want an update just hitting while you're in the middle of work. It's incredibly annoying. So we're going to try and find a cool way of doing that. And then probably like say, okay, you've got like 3 days to do it, but please do it. And this is something that will come. It won't be soon, but in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And that is going to be much easier. Also for us, because a lot of people are sending in reports of things that have been fixed because they just haven't, a lot of people press skip update because, we all do it. But with these kind of products, you're kind of halfway between the web and an installable product. This is a real machine. So the updates are super important. And that's one of the changes coming soon. What you're upgrading to 44 then? 42?
Yeah, 42. Yeah. And I'm just organizing the list now. I'll give you the chat URL.
And this update includes what we call one of those agent updates. That is a type of update which, when it runs, you get stopped at the beginning. Very annoying, we know, but it has to happen. Where it asks you to do a little bit of like task. You just have to tell it, go ahead and get on with
Yeah.
it. Here it
Yeah,
is now.
this is what I wanted to show everyone.
And this is because we need the agent, your own agent, to actually analyze the machine you're on. And we don't want to have to access your data. So it's the machine you're on will now look at itself and kind of, this is a very weird thing we're discussing. It's like some futuristic kind of sci-fi stuff, but your own agent is now going to update your own machine. It's going to look at all where you put your stuff. Like with John, he's got a lot of agents. So it's going to go through his agents. It's going to look at them, analyze where all the files have gone, and then kind of go, boom, that goes there. That's in the wrong place, or everything's okay. And we can continue. It'll take a few minutes at most. And I tell it to not be too verbose, but like me, AI likes to talk a lot. So you get sometimes too much information. Hopefully it'll be a bit lower now, and but pay attention to what it says. Sometimes it's asking a valid question, and then after that you're back, you're home free, you're off to the races. So minor disruption, we try and keep them as rare as possible, but occasionally they do happen.
Okay, cool. I just sent you the link, Frank, so you can see some of the updates while it's updating the page. Jobs and coordination.
I mean, this has got to be like the most boring thing in the world to watch, though, right?
Is there a guide on I just set up my CNAME record, but when I go to that site, easyshiftnow.io, it gives me an error saying that it cannot access it because it's using HFSTS.
Yeah, it's a known bug. It is just a delay. So the developer who's doing that part knows about it and will change it. All
Okay.
you need to do is just wait a few minutes and it will come online. The certificate
Awesome.
is being created in the background and didn't get there in time. So you're seeing that kind of missing
Understood.
certificate there.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And Frank, if you want to answer that question, Mike James is saying he got stuck with connecting Claude, and it's saying that your AI provider returned an error. LLM request rejected.
Mike,
Claude has been let me just quickly show everybody.
Yeah. Claude tried to ban us all from using agentic systems. We have a very quiet workaround. The workaround seems to not be working for you, Mike. We don't know why. So I think you've sent something in. I need just the URL. And if you just give me permission, I'll send my agents in to investigate and we'll decode what's happening. I've seen it before with only one person, my brother, funnily enough. And we managed to solve it. So I'm so sorry, Mike. It's an annoying one. Yeah, we've got another
Thanks,
one.
Francis. What URL are you after?
Just literally your URL, just your instance, the URL, any of the URLs you're using for Easy. So I know which instance you are. Okay, so we have a few of them, and this is good. I need, if everyone can just send their URLs into hello@easy.one and
It's
just say
probably
it's
better to do it this way. Just go to easy.one/help,
help. There you go.
because then you can actually put your URL in here, and then Frank's agents can actually go through and do it from our Zendesk
Hey
inquiries
guys,
that you
one
make.
thing I noticed regarding Anthropic connection, mine got
Yeah.
a little unstable. I just
Yeah.
simply removed it in my connectors and then re-added it. Totally fine. Same thing happened with Suryanchu. Same thing. He removed it, re-added it, worked. Great.
Herc, if anyone has things like that, just do send them in because I'd like to analyze the logs and see if there's anything we can do about that. Anthropic are painful to deal with. They just, it's not their fault entirely. They are overwhelmed. So it's yeah, the Claude exactly, Dan. Claude has been choking for the last few days, as you can see. David's showing you their usage graph. It's still one
Yeah.
of the best AIs out there. We should use it while we can. They're gonna shut it down for all of us some way. We avoided that quietly, but you know they could bank identifiers and then shut us down as well. So it's difficult. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys have been with us for a while. You know that this story has been going on. We'll do our best. But yeah, if you've got that stuck connecting, it says exactly those words: third party apps now draw from your extra usage. That is the key phrase we're looking for. If you have that exact error message, please send me the URL. There's a little bit of a problem. I'm going away for a few days. So, but I'm going to try and get that done before I go because that's a big one. And I know it's super annoying and there's nothing you can do about it. It's try what Herc said, maybe removing it and putting it back. If that solves it, please let me know. But yeah, it's a sticky one.
Cool. All right, so that update's done. Once it's updated, you'll see the little updated message. You guys can go ahead and, oh, there's more people trying to join. Sorry. You guys can go ahead and upgrade to this latest version. And you'll notice there's a few other things in here with the way it looks as well. And it's just updating the /updates page now. And maybe if we wouldn't just have a quick skim through, then we can get to.
Latricia, that shouldn't be happening. You shouldn't have to log into Claude. Visual Studio using Claude every day. There's something up there. You should diagnose that because I use Claude every day. I mean, I don't have to, Claude Code in Visual Studio. You shouldn't have to log in every day. That's a different product. We shouldn't be discussing that. But just so you know, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what
Cool.
it is. It might be that where it stores the profile. Tell it to look at your .claude directory and see if anything's wrong.
Cool. Okay, so Frankie, you just wanted to this is what it's done. It's updated our updates page.
Oh, good.
So there you go.
It's updated our updates page, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
What a world. Okay, so shall I go through this a little?
Yeah, just go through a few of these things, and then we can, hand it over to everyone. And any questions people have, any advice we can give them, or anything like that, take it
Yeah.
from there.
Um, so yeah, the clearer chat links, the email attachments, watches, and webhooks. Okay, that was the big one. Fresh out of the bakery, as it were. So hoping there's nothing too awkward about it, but it seems to be doing good. This was the way the system sends emails. So there was a lot of complexity. Every time you wanted to send an email, it had like 50 questions. So we've reduced that. There was some weird errors in there. Again, old stuff that I think came from OpenClaw, to be honest with you. That's all been cleaned up and is working pretty smoothly. Any bugs, of course, we'll smooth them out even further. Just let us know. The watches and webhooks, these are what we basically did was now when you want your system to kind of remind you of something, it will really do that well because it was forgetting things. It was like I asked it to remind me and I didn't get the reminder. That's awful. So now it builds into the UI where you see scheduled tasks. You can say, hey, listen, remind me at 2 o'clock tomorrow to do something. And at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and send it to me on Telegram. 2 o'clock tomorrow, you'll get a message from the LLM. That's a kind of nice, simple task, but it was a bit unreliable. So now it's super reliable and it shows in the UI so you can see all those tasks scheduled and it doesn't make mistakes like scheduling them every 10 minutes or something silly like that. Just a clean up and an intelligence sort of sweep over all of that sort of stuff. The watches are when you need to say when this other system like Zendesk does something or when something happens on another website, let me know. And if those websites are compatible with webhooks, they will be able to send your system a kind of message saying, hey, I just did whatever you told me to do. And then Easy can go, hey, they did it, you know? All of that technology in the background, I guess that's a little nerdy, a bit of a description, but it does affect a lot of business processes. And as we all start to use this more, you'll notice you're doing more and more complex processes. There's a kind of period that happens. So for those of you who are there or getting there, that will be a big update. Yeah, the links weren't rendering properly in chat previews. That was annoying. Watches and webhooks. So links work. Smoother chat scrolling. A lot of chat scrolling stuff. It was annoying.
Okay.
This is all quite simple. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
jobs. There was a big jobs update. So the way automation works, it's all so much better now. There were a few dropouts. Coordinators would forget things. Tasks would take too long because they're going backwards and forwards with errors. That's all fixed. There's a deep research job now, which is super cool. If you say, "Hey, I want deep research. Find me like the best EV prices in my area," or "Go look at all my competition and do this," and use deep research to do it, you'll see it spawning off this like super cool task that really gets into it and gives you back validated documents with all the citations and all that sort of stuff. That's kind of cool. Sort of perplexity thing. Smoother onboarding. Yeah, onboarding got easier. It doesn't affect you guys. And yeah, a lot of load improvements. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, just getting faster, quicker to respond. And the amount of updates in this one was quite incredible because it carried on from the model routing and all of that we did a few days ago. So yeah, it's a nice set
Cool.
of stability updates. I'm aiming to get to a stable place now and hold the new features and make sure everyone's comfortable and all things are working. And then we'll just take another jump to the next level after that.
Awesome. Thanks, Frank. Cool. So I'd actually like to hand it over to you guys now. If anybody has any questions or anything, just go ahead and ask, and hopefully one at a time. Go for it, guys.
We've
Do we
got,
raise our hand?
yeah, raise your hand. Yeah.
Okay, I raise my hand.
Go for it.
Can you talk a little bit about fold and attachments of workspaces in fold?
Oof. Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, when you attach fold to an area, fold begins to index that area. Index means just recording where the files are and what's in them and how they relate to each other. And it's a bit of an expensive task. It costs you some tokens. You'll see that on the top right of every Easy. You've got this little like icon at the far top right. And if you click that, it'll show you kind of how many tokens it's spending. You can set that to use Haiku with the model router or something, a cheap model. It's not so expensive, but it's a cost, so you should know about it. But basically, when you attach it to a folder, it's just able to now search through that. So if you put like 20,000 documents in there, it's going to take a while to index that. It's going to take like a good afternoon. But then you can then just ask easy questions, and it's going to be able to answer those questions based on that information in a way that it's not like a search engine as such. It's a kind. I'm trying to think of a way to explain this where I don't like over geek it, but where it understands the meaning of the documents and how they relate to each other in natural language. So it's really quite powerful. So you can just drop a whole bunch of business stuff in there and say, hey, Uh, Build me a presentation based on that, and it's going to have a really good time getting to it. It's not going to fake it by just reading the first few bits. It's going to be able to deeply look into the files and understand how things relate to each other.
I think my confusion is more the architecture of it. Like, so for instance, I have workspaces, but then I have fold sitting at the top, and I see fold is growing. And I'm not sure what's going into fold and when it's going into fold. And then the other thing I'm not sure of
Mhm.
is I have the ability to, I believe it's to attach the fold to a workspace. And what
Yeah.
would be, so what is populating fold, number one? And what does attaching the fold to a workspace gain me?
Okay. First question, what is populating your fold? The agents use it for memory. So most likely, either you're dragging files in, uh, attaching things, and it's going in there, and that will be generally populated. Or the memory of your agent is putting things in there, so it's kind of remembering stuff for you. But those wouldn't be big files. Memories are very small, technically speaking. So that would be the first place. Now, what's the point of attaching fold? Really, nothing unless you've got a specific purpose to want to index that particular folder. What is going to happen, Herc, and this is the big one for me, and it's been bugging me too, is we're gonna I think as a group, we're going to figure out the best way to organize this, and we're going to roll out an update that kind of simplifies it. I think we're going to have a concept of memory spaces soon to become a first class citizen. So you kind of create a memory space which has its own, fold attached to it. It's not important, it will just be attached to it. And then you can use that memory space for agents to connect to, and you can like attach like different agents, like say, I want my local support team to have that. I want my main agent, but not the other ones. And because you might make an agent for public support information and an agent for internal support information. So you can attach a memory space to just your public ones and another internal one to just your internal agents. So that's where we're headed. For now, it's in a sense, it's a little bit vestigial. If you leave it on automatic, it should do what you want. And if you want to get into the weeds, then whenever you can attach fold to multiple directories inside a workspace. A
I don't
workspace
see
is
that
just a
I have,
directory.
I don't really see, as far as I know, that I have access to my own fold, like to see what's in there.
If you click
Because
on the
there's one
workspace
fold, right?
itself, yeah, but it's got multiple projects in it.
Yeah,
So
I
there's
see I have
many.
a fold with 13 projects, 1,500 memories, 13 attached, 18 unattached. Can't see any
Yeah,
of anything. But then I also see in the manage
yeah,
sidebar item, there's memories,
yeah. The new
which
thing.
adds a little bit of architectural confusion for me is like, well, what's fold versus
Yeah,
what's memory? And
yeah.
then again, like the agents themselves almost have their own memories.
Yeah, and it's all kind of disjointed and it's vestigial.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna again. It's kind of super important to me. That's a key play in this. We've got it working, but the representation outward of it is really confusing. So I think we're going to go with memory spaces. We'll still have workspaces. I don't know. We want to do the projects concept as well, so we have to have a real good discussion. We'll come up with a nice layout for this. We'll kind of and then just implement it. If you click in memories, by the way. It's the only place you can really see fold. If you click on one of the main like agent's memory, you can actually go through and there's a little tab saying search, and it can show you. You can see what's in there with a sort of. It's all disconnected and disjointed. So a fair gap in our experience there. You can also ask an agent to search fold for you and show you what's in it. That's the
Okay.
other thing.
Okay.
But yeah, bit messy. Will be fixed. I'd say within the next 4 weeks. I think we'll have that fully done. And also, by the way, part of the agents update. Yeah, we'll probably put that all as version 4. By the way, David, I think you were right after that. Or actually, David, can we go to Brian because we started with you? Yeah, yeah. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Brian Zippin.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm also on Herc's group. I was just wondering, I'm connecting all the databases, and I just want to kind of get a good high level overview of how I should be building this. An example of what I mean is I have Airtable that has my client data. I have WordPress and all the accounts. I want to have it. I go high level for my customers to manage their CRM. That's separate. Is there a way that I can identify or like where on the dashboard, if I'm looking at it, we have new chat, agents, automations, flows, jobs, manage. I'm trying to decipher how I should really build this and get all the connections made, as well as to like ads and my other programs that I use. So I can make it as easy as possible to make an agent that talks to each one for that specific client that we touch. That
David,
is
do you
my
want to do
question.
that? Yes, thank you,
That's a
Brian.
long one.
No, it's
Sorry.
good. It's good. It's a more business thing. I think John, you had done some. Do you want to, John? Do you want to actually? You've been using this a while. Do you want to jump in for that one? How did you do your stuff?
Yeah, what was the specific question again?
Yeah, so the specific question is I leverage Go High Level. I leverage another database that holds our customer agency work, which is Airtable. And then I manage their website on WordPress. So connecting all those pieces together right now, I do that through Airtable and like regular Make API calls. And what I'd like to do is obviously, replace Make or replace Zapier, leverage the system, run reporting from touching everything. And then when I want to, build something out, it really understands the whole program. Where would you start? What would you put in place? Would you start with an agent? How would you manage that structure, I guess is the question.
Yeah, no,
Obviously
I
connect the APIs, but once you have that, it's like, how do I reference the APIs or set up a flow or, you know?
yeah. So I literally just did this yesterday,
Oh, great.
and it works absolutely perfectly. So my main agent I have is basically my chief of staff.
Okay.
And then I laid out my whole flow of everything that I do in my business, and she recommended 9 more agents be created. So I let her create those agents, and then basically I had her give me an outline of each one of their jobs. And then that gave me a Word document. I went through the Word document and fine tuned it to my exact processes, gave it back, and then it updated each agent with their skill sets. Then we went through, and each agent is specific. Like one agent just manages my website. One agent, I have Kartra versus Go High Level. So one of them manages my Kartra account. One of them manages my YouTube account. So I had to create a Google space for that. I had to create a new Google user so it had an email. One of them manages my email. So it's like I have an agent for each individual thing that's done in my business, and each one of them is trained individually on a skill set. What I've found specifically working in other platforms is when you load one agent up with too many things to do, they don't do any of it good. And it's the same as the
Got
real
it.
world. I mean, what you're doing here is think about in the real world, what would be the ideal scenario? That would be creating a whole team of people that specialized in each step of your process. And that's what you can do here seamlessly, effortlessly. It's like the perfect world. So hopefully that answers your question.
I have a little bit of input on that too, because I have quite a complex structure or organization, right? Multiple softwares, and then I have multiple servers that each have different kind of roles and jobs, whatnot. And I agree 100%, John, that your main agent needs to be the CEO of your company. He needs to know the structure of your company, but he is not at all the specialist of any of those things. And the orchestrator layer is no skill, no nothing. And I asked Frank about this, is orchestrator even useful? You know what I mean? But the main agent's job is really you should only be talking with your main agent, telling it what you want, and it will assign that to the individual specialists for that job via the orchestrator. Right. So I think a good thing to do is what he said. You have to kind of have that conversation with your main agent about your overall business, where things live. Ask it what it thinks is the best structure to set up. And it will prod you and push you. So it's kind of like you direct it, but then it can turn around and direct you on how it would best set itself up. One example I'll give is like, should I have an individual coding agent for each software? It's like, no, you should have one coding agent across all your softwares. Right. And then it's because I was like, well, I want someone that just knows Ring Robin and I want someone that just knows this. And it's like, no, that's so inefficient. Right. So, and I got that information from talking to my main, and that's really the only person I talk to. I don't, even when jobs are happening and the orchestrator's in there talking, I don't go into the job and interject and talk and answer questions at all. I wait for my main. And if the job pauses, fails, something bad happens, again, I don't interfere in the job. I talk to agent. I'll provide the job ID
Yeah.
and say, hey, what's the deal with this job? It looks like this, or it seems paused. Let him delegate down to the specialists via the orchestrator. That's how it worked really well for me. Hey, John,
It's
nice to see you, by the way.
it's
So
we
just
got
a
a lot. We got
follow-up
to
question on
yeah.
that.
Just one thing before
Oh,
we go into
yep,
that,
yep.
Brian, we'll get that. First of all, amazing to see all you heavy hitters here in one place. This is great. Yeah, big crew. Yeah, when it was so funny when you say person. That person. That's amazing to hear. The only difference between an agent and a real person, because this, of course, we're not just, it's very, the analogy of having a team and having the CEO and all these kind of workers and a coder is a good analogy that we all understand. But there's one difference. A human being can do one or two things really well and one at a time, but your same agent can work in parallel. You can have 30 of the same coding agent working at the same time. And that's the only difference between agents and humans at this point as we evolve into understanding how agentic changes our businesses and our lives. It is that is but these analogies used and the way you do it is absolutely perfect, and it's so good that the AI is recommending the same thing that we're all experiencing. Brian, another thing is all questions should start with ask your agent. It is easy. Ask your agent always, because they really do help you, and then when we get these community calls we can just put our actual personal knowledge in there, and it really means that we save for humanity the really most the feel of it all. And the agents are really good at answering this, so don't be afraid to just say to them, hey man, I don't know where to start, how do I do this, how do I build. It's taken us all a few months to transition over to that way of doing it. I still catch myself like calling David and say, hey, what do you think I should do? I'm like, "You ask Easy." So your second question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on that.
just that follow-up question to that is, so really I should really work on uh building out the agents, right? Because the agents are going to be my experts that will run the business, and then I could leverage them to set up automations on your automations or flows. And I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out is what is an active versus a flow versus a job versus a schedule. Is there any documentation somewhere that I can understand? So the agent performs it and then it puts it into that flow for me, or I
Right.
could just tell it to do that.
You can ask it. It will know how to delegate tasks accordingly. Flows are a very beta thing. I kind of think we need to do a little bit of revision on them. I don't know if you guys are using them or not. They're designed to be a kind of, you tell it, hey, every time I receive an email, I want you to check the email. And then if it's a letter from one of my clients, I want you to go through these exact processes. I want you to first decide this, then do this. It was actually designed for a law firm where they need to do something called redlining, where an email comes in with a contract or something, and then they underline in red wherever they need attention, and then it sends that to the team, right? So a flow is a kind of flow chart, literally like you remember from school flow chart,
Sure.
in plain English, that describes a business process, which Easy will then compile into running software on your machine and attach it to all of the parts. Now, this is hardcore stuff. I mean, this is really no no one has this stuff. We're pushing the envelope way too far here, but it's beta as hell. But it's kind of that's what it's about. Most things for now use a job because those are predictable, straightforward, and simple. And
Yep.
as we evolve, we'll all together find out how we can get this flow thing into our lives, because it's going to be super useful.
Yeah, and in today's world, I have a team of 11, and we're all leveraging the Airtable, completing
Yeah.
tasks, having it set up. So essentially I could still use my Airtable as the database, and really this could read it and give
Yeah.
me feedback and maybe assign new things to it. And really I could call
100%.
it the, as a use case is my Airtable agent, right? My go high
Yeah.
level agent,
Yeah.
you know.
You
And
you
then yeah.
you can even that main can handle your Airtable just for quick questions, but you can make a specialized agent for Airtable as well. But you want to be doing stuff like that. You don't want to host everything on top of Easy. Easy's think of
Right.
it like a thing that reaches out to the world for you. You can use it to
Correct.
control your house, you know. So it's kind of you want to think of like, yeah, I've got hosting over here, I've got my Airtable over there. I can like deploy websites onto this thing. Hey, help me set up Cloudflare, help me set up hosting, help me set up, a whatever. And so you're constantly making these skills. And one really good thing which the system doesn't prompt enough for, and we should make it do it, if you've just trained it to do something, you tell it, can you make this a skill? And it will go into
Ah,
this process, yeah, where it turns that into a skill custom made for that. So next time you tell it, hey, I want to connect to my Airtable, it's like, done. Which Airtable, this one or that one? It's
that's the bottom line question I'm looking for is like, where do I find it once I made that integration without telling it to find the integration again?
yeah.
So you're telling it's a skill, and where would that go in the system?
You can find it in your files on agent tab, but
Skill.
you need to stop worrying about that so much now. It's going to go into the memory somewhere.
Well,
Let the machines deal with that.
I'm a visual, touchy kind of guy. I like to see it, you know?
Same. Look, for
Yeah,
you visual touchy types or us visual touchy types, if
yeah,
you go in the agents page,
yeah.
if you just click on agents and then you'll click on, say, I don't know, are these working agents? Go on easy, the main one. Yeah,
Sorry,
you've got, yeah, it's fine because there's no files on a new thing.
it's a new one.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, go on workspace right there,
Yep.
and you can see the files that it's making. And it's
Workspace.
it's on agents workspace, and you've got another under in the messy mess of this particular thing that we were just talking about. If you go on manage, you've got workspaces, you go and have a look, and you can prod around in there. And by the way, you can connect all of it to Google Drive, and you can get it all, and you can download it as zip files, you can export it, you can do anything you like, all your data, no mysteries, no hidden things.
Gotcha, gotcha. And my view is a little bit different, I assume, because I didn't upgrade yet or update.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I guess
Uh,
okay. And then you were just showing something on the screen that was like easy integration for
Yeah.
um
I'll just drop that in the
sure.
chat and you can
Yeah,
download that. Yeah, that's
thank
that.
you.
I basically took everything you said. I put it into easy and I hit go while John was explaining his, and it was actually very similar to what John said. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, this is cool.
Thank you guys. Thanks.
I'll put it in there.
Yeah,
and
most of that stuff that you're digging around through, you really don't need to get in there. I mean, the platform is called Easy,
Yeah.
and you're making it hard.
Well, I
So,
just like to understand it, right? It's more along the lines of like AI makes mistakes, and I just want to have a way where I can find where it made a mistake, and then a human can review it, whether it's myself or my team, because
so
there's still
just
there's
ask
still
your
a
agent.
human, huh?
Just ask your agent. You don't have to go find the stuff. Just say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
yeah,
this mistake was made. Where is it? Give me the
yeah,
file." It'll just give it
yeah.
to you. It's
I'm not
easy.
used to that yet.
You'll
Listen,
get there.
you'll get there. We all got lazy real quick. It's something we're all working on as personally. As a developer, we have like, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of files, which we used to, monitor manually. I can't say I've done that for the last year. So what your instinct, by the way, is correct that agents, LLMs in general, do make mistakes. So you got to be vigilant all the time. You got to be on top of that. But because of the volume of work that you're going to experience, you're going to do more in the next 2 months than you've done in the last 2 years. This is guaranteed. Everyone's going to tell you that. Because of that change, you're going to have to change the way you are vigilant. So instead of go hunting down the file yourself, as John said, hey, where's that file? What'd you do? Never do this again. Make sure you remember that. Put it, and you'll learn how to like get it back under control. And yes, it will always make mistakes, just like a person. It will make mistakes. A lot of the time, we realize it's because we get so lazy at a certain point. Just go and do it. Just go and do it. Just go and do it. That we're not paying attention to what it's saying. If that happens, you have to tell it from now on, I want shorter descriptions for things, please, because I'm not reading them. I'm a human being. I haven't got time to read your 18 paragraph description of this. Just give me
Yeah.
and these are the kind of lessons we're all learning. It's such a strange transition for the people we're all at the edge of agentic, guys. There's
Yeah.
one fraction of a percent of people on this planet have access to this kind of technology. So we're like right at the leading edge. We're all learning this together, and they're the same lessons we're all learning. You're gonna go. We're gonna make the 5 stages of AI agentic soon, where it describes how you transform into this kind of new version of yourself. So yeah, great question. Very good.
Another thing I've learned too is the better that you train it out of the gate, the less mistakes it's going to make. Because if you're not clear with it, if you're just using it generically, it's going to be giving you back generic stuff. And that's where the mistakes are. And that's where if you're not clear, it's going to hallucinate. It's going to make stuff up. You need to tell it very specifically right out of the gate not to do that. So it's that communication of training your agent. It's just like training a real human. You have to tell them everything you want, everything. And if you don't, they're not going to do it. They're not going to be in sync with you. And that's where you're going to have you're going to wind up training this agent one little piece at a time over the next 6 months unless you do it and you just spend the time up front. And the agent can help you do that. So
Yeah.
just ask them.
I mean, that's about as true as it gets. Look, it's not a magic box. It is a reflection of you. The intelligence is increasing every week. Okay. It is so good. It's not going to make mistakes like we used to before. The hallucinations are almost down to nothing now. But like John said, if you didn't prompt it correctly, if you weren't specific, then it's just going to do its best. It's been taught not to ask you too many questions. It's been taught like people don't like to be asked every question, every thought you had. This thing has 150,000 thoughts for everything you do. It could ask you 1,000 years of questions for the simplest sentence. So they had to draw a line somewhere, and that's where the problems come. So the more information you give it, the more you tell it about yourself, and that's why it's safe because it's your file system. So that this is the advantage of not having to give it all the time to corporations that'll never give your data back. This is all your data. So the more you do, the better the output. And I mean, Herc did this incredible thing the other day. He just said on the live stream, he just said, "Hey, make it a demo based on my data," and it just came up with this hilarious site. It was really funny. Herc does this, Herc does that, like flashing around like demo page, like a simple test, and it was shocking because it was like it knew all about him. It knew what he likes. It knew the humor behind him. It knew the kind of these really. My brother actually. Had said one of his friends was using it, would give it to him, and he said, "I've never been so shocked. I asked it once, like, tell me about me, and this thing just came back with this kind of poetic block of information that was psychologically moving for him." He said, "I've never seen anything that knows me as well as this." And it was only because he gave it the information, and that was all it took, and it just was able to give it back. That's the power of these kind of platforms. They give it back to you. Where GPT will forget generally, these things are designed around your memory. It's all memory based, which is why, by the way, we have to fix that memory confusion.
Gotcha.
What have we got here?
Cool.
Somebody.
David.
All right. First question, can we white label this? Did I understand that? Yes, from yesterday, from what Herc is doing.
Okay, so when it comes to white label, you can obviously put your own custom domain just by clicking this little globe icon here.
Yep.
So you can add your custom domain. That'll add an SSL Let's Encrypt thing on it. And the other way you can kind of white label the branding is obviously in the settings section here. Just click the settings cog on the site page. You can change the name, the logo, and so upload your profile picture. So if you're selling this to a client, the cool thing is you're able to manage it all from inside here. You just go, if you've got the new client that's paid you a monthly fee or whatever it is, whatever you want to charge, just click new installation, put your client's business name in here, their username, create their password, and then click create. And then you can give the logins to your client. Okay. And then they'll simply need to add their LLMs to it, ChatGPT or Claude or however they want to do it. And then, if they're not paying their bills, you're in full control. You can just come in here and you can just pause their instance. And that gives you more control over it. that's as far as it's going right now in terms of white label. If they were to, kind of check the source code and so on, right click, check source, they're going to see some references to Easy in there. Um, yeah, I think
That's
that's as
okay.
far.
So
That's
thank you. So yes, and more to come in the future, it
yes,
sounds like.
yeah.
Okay. And then second, the plan that I signed up for, I got that middle plan and would love to jump into the enterprise plan, but I don't have the 10 clients I can immediately sell this to. Do do I scale up to on the same at the same rate that I've already locked in? Is my rate locked
Y-
in per instance? Do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
offer
yeah.
that?
So, yes, yes is
Okay.
the
And
answer. Just,
then
just write to us whenever you need to.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there soon. The third question is Herc gave a description yesterday of how and then a demo. He dumped everything into this. He's like, build the presentation that shows the SOP how to do all these things. So where you are in Zagio, just you tell it where you're at, and then it will point you right to the place that do these steps, right? My question is, can have y'all thought about building some kind of quick start guide like that for this product that will be in like an orientation. For example, this screen you're on right now,
Hmm.
I don't even know how to get to it. And I'm sure
Yeah.
maybe it's because I'm on there's
Yeah.
a,
So
so anyway,
Frank is so to answer your questions, yes. We have a new staff member that started this week, and she is coordinating with our video guy, and we have 3 series of trainings that are being created at the moment. The first series is really going to show you step by step what you need to do. First thing time you log in, you're going to give it as much information. You're going to do the brain dump, like what Herc was describing on the webinar
Mhm.
yesterday. And I believe we've done the first 10 videos today that's been coordinated. And then we're going to have the Easy in 1 minute series. And that's going to show you exactly how to do certain things in under a minute. So that's something I was working on actually today. But another cool thing is whenever you don't know anything about a specific page you're on, you'll see, let me just go back to the dashboard, this little icon in the bottom right hand corner. You can click on this and you can say, okay, well, tell me more about this page. Or you could say, take me to the providers page. Yeah, and it should take you to the providers page. Yeah. So if you don't know where to add the Claude or GPT, you can jump in here, and it should know exactly what page you're on. It's saying, "Hey, I found it. It's under the settings. I'll move the page there now. Bang, we're on the page. We're on the
Yeah.
providers section now.
It'll be
Yeah,
fast the next time because because you fired it up the first time. It has to load a bit of stuff. Usually it's like super quick.
yeah, because there's a brand new box that I just
Yeah.
installed right before the call. So, and then you're on the models, and you might be thinking, well, how do I, optimize this? So if you've seen Herc do it, we were talking about it a little bit yesterday. You can say, optimize, based on all the providers that I've connected, you know,
Show
optimize it
them.
for me.
Yeah, just
I've
type it.
only connected one here, so let me just go to another one where there's more. Hang on a second.
and before you do that, can you also show me how to get to that dashboard page? Because mine, I get to I see the initial page that you had where it has all the instances and I can,
Okay, cool. So on my.easy.one, this is the
Mhm.
ad. That's where you go to. So with your Easy account, you've got two main dashboards that you go on. Well, this is the main dashboard to manage all your installations. Yeah, that's my.easy.one.
Correct.
And then
That's
when
the
you
one I get
click,
to. Yep.
yeah, and then
Yep.
when you click on the installation URL, then that will
Uh,
take you to your Easy installation. And if you need to go to the settings area, you can just always click on the settings cog in the bottom left-hand corner. And at the same time, like I
uh,
said, can this settings cog here in the bottom left.
Now I went
Uh,
ahead and set up a domain. Maybe that's but I'm in this easy. I connected Claude, and then
yeah.
it's asking me a series of questions that I'm not yet answered. It's like, hey, I'm easy. I'm ready to start
Yeah,
learning
that's the
from you.
onboarding. What I suggest you do, David, is upgrade your instance.
How do I,
Um,
how can
okay,
I
so
do
when
that?
you go to my.easy.one,
Yep.
you'll
Yep.
see an upgrade button appear just
Uh,
like it's showing on my screen. So you just click that upgrade button. I'm not going to click it for this instance, but
and,
you just click
and
that,
I did that. I
and then
did
you
that
just wait,
already.
just hit refresh on your page, and that'll make sure it's upgraded. So whenever you see the upgrade button, it means we've tested a specific version and it's ready for you guys to start using it. To go
Which,
into the
but
settings section, just go to the settings cog or click this icon in the bottom right hand corner and just ask it, how do I, add, let me just go to one of my installations where I've got a few. Do I have a few? Yeah, I've got
so
Claude
I've
GPT.
already I upgraded already as well. So I'm on
Yeah.
3.4.2 or
Okay, just
3.42.
just just do a hard refresh. Control Shift R just to make sure. I'm pretty sure you don't really need to hard refresh, but just do that just in case.
Helps.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just taken me to the key.
Onboarding. Yeah, so
Yeah.
just read through it
Is
and
it
go through the onboarding.
Okay, just
is that an
finish
update?
that, and then it will dump me into
Ah,
this.
that's the update. Yeah,
That's the
remember at the
update,
beginning of this
David.
call? It's like, hey, we're upgrading you. So just let it do its thing because now
Got
it's
it.
got to migrate everything over. Like Frank was explaining at the beginning of the call, it's like it needs to, we don't jump into your servers and or we can't do that. So the agent is updating the agents.
And so
And
my last question. Thank you for that. So I'm
no
trying to
worries.
be considerate of the time for everyone else. The way I think of is in stacks, is a stack with layers. So you have an LLM. On top of that, then I have the orchestration layer, which I believe that's easy, right? It's going to be my orchestrator. Then I have more of and it's more probabilistic. Those two layers are really probabilistic. Then I have the third layer on top of that, which I believe Easy is going to reach out to do the deterministic, applications that are more deterministic, but all my intelligence and my orchestration and probabilistic thinking is really between the LLMs and Easy. Am
Yeah.
I thinking correct? Is that a correct stack to think of
Yeah.
this?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can think of it like we call them harnesses. So what Easy is referred to as a harness, and it's a harness that basically connects to lots of pipes of intelligence. So you can imagine Anthropic and GPT are just intelligence providers.
That's
Um,
it.
and we just,
Yep.
yeah, that's it. And the Easy just ties them all together, gives them some kind of playground and some tools to work with. And those tools include tools that can connect out to the deterministic, as you put it, which is quite correct, world around it.
And and my I'm a developer, or I'm more than just a developer, but my biggest beef with AI developers in general, and myself included, because we didn't have Easy, is anyone who's going direct against the LLMs to do deterministic development, it's kind of like broken. I mean, it's to me, without the easy layer, you're absolutely combining probabilistic development in a SAS
Yeah,
deterministic world, and it's backwards. It's different. You need to have probabilistic first, then you have deterministic that's
yeah,
bundled inside of a probabilistic framework, if that makes sense.
correct.
And
Yes,
the problem is we haven't, no one, everybody just has raw access right to the LLMs, and it's just a free for all. And I look at it and I'm like going, this is, okay, SAS is dead, and y'all are
yeah,
just building more dead products. So
yeah.
anyway, I'm really excited about this tool.
David,
You guys have solved, this is huge. I mean, beyond, I know Herc is excited. It hasn't taken me. I was excited yesterday. I'm like, if this is even what I really think it could be, this is beyond game changer. I guess you guys know how big it is, but
yeah.
this is
We're we
amazing.
David. It's so kind of you to say, and yeah, we're feeling that. We have wow moments internally all the time. We get shocked by some of the stuff it does. The impact of this is insane. If we all just stopped here, we'd wipe out $1 trillion of SaaS right away, even if it didn't improve it an iota.
Yes,
Herc
I
said to
know.
me, Yeah, Herc was telling me off all the time because I'm like, this is not good enough. We've got to do better. He's like, Frank, calm down. This is great. What are you talking about this? And I'm like, no, we can do better than this. We've got to go further. So I'm feeling it. It's a weird push and pull. We're super excited that we have you guys, that we have a small community that we're starting this with. But you can imagine at some point there's going to be ignition and we're just going to go boom into the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to be ready. There's the key thing we're dealing with is there's a lot of products out there, and I don't want to diss all the products. It's not that, but there's a lot of products that are really powerful and really good, like Claude's and all these things, and and then you got a lot of noise around it, which is kind of
Yeah.
making it harder and harder every day for people who don't know, to sell. You look at the interface, you think it's the same thing, and we're just so proud of Easy because it is absolutely standing on its own right now. We built on the shoulder of one giant, which was OpenClaw, and then rapidly moved along, made our own space, and built our own thing beyond that. And our rule has been really just to keep it simple as much as we can, make it easy, put you guys at the center of it. So we believe the future is about people, not robots, and that robots will work for us and make our lives a lot simpler. And the most important thing is that it's no good to anyone if you don't own it. If you don't own this, if this isn't yours, if you can't get the data, it's not yours, somebody's trapping you, then the game is over because these corporations
That's
are
it.
just going to take it away from us. So
It's that's right.
yeah,
That's
you're going to
absolutely.
find all your export tools there. You can get all the data you want. If you decide, hey, I don't want to use Easy anymore, I want to use blah blah blah, then you can export everything it's done. You can take all the skills with you, everything you've worked on, and it's not going to make it hard for you. It's going to put it in a zip file or stream it right onto Google Drive for you. And I believe that we're going to create such an incredible product going forwards because you ain't seen nothing yet. Our plans are incredible. We're just dying to tell you about them. We're just trying to formalize everything properly. But
Yeah.
we're going to create such an intelligent, brilliant, beautiful, simple, creative, easy, humane product that we don't need to trap anyone. Like we want you to tell us what's wrong, so we fix it. We want to tell us what's great, so we improve it. And we just and yeah, you feel it, David, man. It's just we're having the same all the time. I
Mhm.
walk out in the street and I'm looking at regular people. I'm thinking, dear God, they don't know what's happening. They need to get on this. I'm giving it to all my friends as fast as possible. I'm like, just all
Yeah.
of you guys,
Yeah. This
like, just
is
get it
Yeah.
now.
and
Yeah.
that it isn't a last comment. It's an identity shift. People are, the deterministic way of thinking is the deterministic applications do all the automation and people end up being the task workers of the SaaS platform.
Yeah,
And it's like, welcome to the world of true AI. It's quite the reverse. You now need to
yeah,
become the orchestrator telling
yeah,
the AI what to do and guiding the AI because AI does not have one thing that humans have. And so they'll never be able to replace humans. We
never.
have, and I'm going to leave it with this, we have access to divine intelligence. We have consciousness. We
Hmm.
have the understanding of what is real. We
Yeah,
know what's real. AI has no clue.
meaning. We have
It's
meaning.
chasing what is the present moment of now. It will constantly be. So it needs us to orchestrate. So we got to learn the identity is shifting. People have to learn to not be the robot. Let the robot be the
Yeah,
robot to do the work.
yeah,
Become the orchestrator. This becomes the orchestration platform that allows people, because otherwise right now it's just like, oh, you got to be a programmer, go to the LLMs, and well, it's like, no, stop. You got to help people become orchestrators, help them.
yeah.
Anyway,
That's
enough
the
said.
future.
I
David,
love this platform.
David, that is absolutely the future. That is the world that we want. There are two worlds we go to. I keep on saying this. One of these worlds is the Blade Runner universe, and it's dark and it's run by corporations and it's not humane. It's the world they were trying to build. It's this kind of
That's it.
world where we're all robots and we serve the
Yep,
AI and we serve the
exactly.
robots or we're gone. And the
That's
other
it.
world, it's more like Star Trek. Off you go, travel the universe, build things, create things. We remove the toll, we remove the pain of having to suffer to live, and we
Yep,
have the machines and where they are serve us, but our true form is in community, in working with each other, in deep meaning, which is something an LLM does not have meaning. That's the word.
That's right.
The spark of life is not in it. Whatever
That's
you
right.
want to call that, you want to call that divine. That's a beautiful word for
Whatever
it.
you
You
want.
want to
Yeah.
call it some unknown force. It doesn't matter. We don't care what you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just not there in these machines. These are machines. They're waiting for you to tell them what to do. That's what they were designed for. They are a pattern of intelligence that has come out of nature, believe it or not, that we
Yep.
don't fully understand. And
Yep.
they are just there to do, like, whoever owns it will win. So be the owner. Be the owner of
Yep.
it, understand it, learn about it, don't be
Absolutely.
afraid of it, make it your own. It is a reflection only of you now. That's it.
Yep. That's it.
100%, David. What a thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
No,
David,
I thank
David,
you
it's
guys.
not.
So I'm proud to be a part of your story, and this is going to be amazing. Amazing journey. So thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
David, it's not what you think. It's 1,000 times better.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So before we get on to Lloyd, Latricia says, I started with OpenClaw. This is so much easier. Thank you, Latricia. Let me just see one more thing. Somebody's asking how to add Z.ai. So Z.ai is another provider, guys. If you haven't checked them out yet, they've got access to, I believe, GLM 5.2, which we'll check. So once you go to chat.z.ai, I'll just put that in here.
Z
You
for
click
our American friends.
Z, sorry.
Z, Z
You
and
click
Z.
on the API button here, API link, and then that will take you to the API key section. Let's just see if we can log in. I'll get the API key. Don't worry, we'll delete this API key later.
I have a silly question that's related to this is
Yeah.
having all these different chatbots, is there any advantage to switching them over from one to the other? Do you have a useful guide or something maybe when you're hitting limits? Yeah, I've already hit limits in the first day. So
Yeah, Frankie, you still there? No, maybe he's gone
Hang
for
on.
a second.
No,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here. I just
Yeah.
shut off for a second.
So basically, with the different LLMs, some are more expensive than others, and some are used for more advanced tasks than others. Right? For something really simple, you might not want to use a frontier model like Opus 4.8 or GPT 5.5, just to save on tokens. You may have a really simple task, and I believe we have that smart routing now. Frank, is that right? Which I'll show you
Yeah,
guys how to
you need
do
to
in
go
a
on
second.
basically use the LLM to do it for you if you're unsure. It's a little bit of a complicated surface that on
Yeah.
the UI.
So
If you just go on models, again, you can type it on the side, say, take me to model routing, or you can even just forego all of that and you can just say straight to your main agent, hey, I'd like to save tokens. Is there anything you can do? And it will say, okay, for an orchestration job, we're going to use this. For Fold, which is the memory system, we're going to use a cheap model because it doesn't need much. And it'll do its best to route. Is it perfect? No, but it's a good start. It'll get you most of the way. What I'd like to do is be able to tell, I think you can tell the coordinator, not sure. You should be able to tell coordinator, hey, I want to start this job, but run the agents on GLM5 or something like 5.3. Models are a whole subject. Each model has different characteristics. I kind of refer to them as species. They're like a different species. So each one does a certain thing better than another. There's no such thing as perfection. There never will be. That's how it works. The way you're good at one thing, you are less good at another. That is just life. There are some models that are overall stronger, though, like Fable, which was removed recently from Claude. That's a very, very powerful model, Fable 5. It will come back probably, hopefully. Very strange decision there. Probably political and organizational and corporate and all sorts of things we can't see. But when you pick models, it's good. There's a description on all of them. So if you click add model, just click add model there. If you want to have a look at it, just simply you can click the model and it will tell you a little bit about it. Just click, anyway. It gives you a little description of it. Or you can just ask your LLM, ask your local friendly easy, and it will tell you all about each model. I think it's got full access to all those descriptions. I'm not sure if it doesn't, I'll add it. But it knows the basics of it and can make judgments for you and will show you, okay, I'm going to use this for this, that for that. Is that okay? Yes. And boom, it's done. It'll even take you to the page so you can see it appearing on the UI. So kind of cool
Yeah.
Inception style features as it knows and modifies itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And do ask it, to have that conversation. Like here it's saying, my call, don't cheapen the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do,
Wow.
so I just said, can you do it for me? That's all I said.
Yeah.
You know, and let me,
There's sorry, there's markings. I forgot because I'll forget, David. Sorry. There's markings on each one of the models. Not all models can do everything. So some of them can't chat. Some of them are just for images. In the update you'll see soon, there's just image models. They won't show for you. Some of them you see it says non-agentic. That means it might be really good at coding, but it's just not something you should be talking to because it will not be able to orchestrate a whole bunch of agents. If you try and say if John had put it in charge of his as his CEO, it would constantly just make mistakes. It would say, I can't do that and not know why. So agentic models are the ones that can do kind of the more complex work. And just something we always tell everyone, it will never be this bad again. This is the worst AI you will ever see. It will never be this bad again. It's a crazy thing to say. Every few months, these get stronger and stronger and stronger. But it's good that you were here now because the fundamentals are this is the last time anyone ever see the fundamentals of this stuff. And having fundamentals always pays off in the long run. So
yeah.
you're getting to see the last days of the old world,
So do you guys have
basically.
all the pro plans?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was you, Brian. Yeah, we are all using I think 20x $200 per month plans. Again, my usage of AI is extraordinarily high, and a $200 a month plan I can get away with. I need a little more, but $200 a month is what I can get away with. So I think most people are okay with that. Again, as you all start to unseat us nerds and you start to become super nerds yourselves without even knowing it, your usage will grow accordingly. They are expensive to run agentic systems, which is why those Anthropic and ChatGPT hacks between all of us quietly are very good because no one else has them. OpenClaw does not work with Anthropic anymore, but we do. So we'll
Yeah.
leave that for another story. And let's not tell everyone because as soon as they find out, we'll be targeted for that. So
Yeah.
we can currently use OpenClaw. I was going to say Anthropic, and that's a good deal. 20
Yeah.
times less about than the
Yeah.
using it via API. Amazing.
Exactly.
Our
Exactly.
bills
So
would be $2,000 a month, huh?
more. Come on.
More.
That's just per pro account that we have.
Yeah.
So and we've got quite a few of them. So yeah, adding the Z.ai, you just go to Z.ai, click on API. That will take you to this page, and then create your API key. I'm just going to see if one of these will copy. Oh no, I've got to create a new one. So let's just go create a new one. I'm just going to call this test.
We should really
Uh,
give the LLM some instructions for this as well, shouldn't we? I don't know if we've done that fully yet.
yeah. So then you copy the key. And then once you have the key, go to let's just do this from the top. You go to the settings cog, and then you go to providers, and then you click add provider. And then you click on more providers API key, and then you click on Z.ai, and then paste that in here and click save provider. Let's click not now, no thanks. And that's how you add the provider. And then whenever you start a new chat, you can go to Z.ai and you can try GLM 5.2. This is pretty amazing, guys, by the way. GLM 5.2.
Wow, eh?
This is open source model. It's actually pretty cool.
They reckon it's not quite as good as Fable. Fable being, as I mentioned earlier, the number one model we've ever seen. They took it away from us on the 12th, and a lot of us cried that morning. But it is very, very close. Very, very close. Very, very
And
close.
Fable was a watered down version of Mythos. Mythos is
Yes.
the thing that's the bomb.
Yeah. Well, when they say watered down, what they've basically done, and it's a strange thing. I'm going to just a small diversion for a second on this because
Yeah.
it's kind of real and weird. Mythos was created like it's just like every other LLM, but just a hell of a lot better. And what was happening was they were saying, well, now you can use this to attack people or make exploits, which means you create kind of software that's like a virus or something, and then you'd send it to some nuclear installation and it would hack something. And that's true, but that's true for all of the LLMs. It's just this does it better, right? Now, why Fable got watered down, meaning that they kind of turned the power down a bit and put these safeguards on it. So if you ask about this, it's going to redirect you. But we never got to see Mythos. They gave it to just their friends and family only, which is, the usual thing. And then we got Fable, which was a super watered down version of Mythos. Fable was banned because somebody asked it to fix a bug. And they went, oh, no, no, it found all these exploits when fixing a bug in software. That's what they're meant to do. We, every day, have to look for bugs in our software to fix them, to make them safer for all of you guys. So they're saying that we're not allowed to look for bugs anymore because that could be, because when you look for a bug, you have to attack the software to find the bug, right? You have to identify problems in software. So the reason they banned it worldwide was because it could fix a bug. I don't know what to say about that. It's really weird thinking. Now, this is the typical world of old. This is a world that we'll hopefully leave behind over the next 10 years. The world of these politicians and these people with their sitting around making finger waving decisions across the whole world. I'm not interested in left or right, or, I'm not talking about Republicans or Democrats or any of that nonsense. I'm talking about genuinely stupid things to do. And I think it would have happened under any government. I'm not blaming anyone. It's just typical of them. And they took it away. And now I think it also might be slightly industrial between Anthropic and the government themselves. What kind of deals are they doing? Remember, the world is in an arms race right now. If China gets it or America gets it, or, it's a disaster for everyone. They all know that if America's scared that if China gets it, China will take over the world. And China's scared that if America gets it, America will take over the world. So they keep on undercutting each other. But this time, America shot itself in the foot for some reason. And then China jumped. I don't understand it. No one does. But that's where we're at. And it ain't going to stop. But the good thing is, every time these idiots are all fighting with each other, we keep getting free gifts like GLM 5.3 and DeepSeek 4, because the Chinese want the Americans not to have it. So they give it away for free so that the Americans can't have the advantage. So we all benefit worldwide. Americans and the rest of the world all benefit from that. So I don't know what a strange world we're in. Who knows where this is going? But the good thing is, I don't think it's all going to happen at once. I think it's going to, even though there's a sharp curve coming, we're all going to be on that curve. We'll have learned to work at that speed. Won't feel so sharp to us. To everyone else on the ground, it's going to look like a tsunami if you're not involved in this. But for all of us doing this now, we're going to follow along. We're going to adjust the way we work, adjust the way we do things, and we're going to be ready as it comes. And with that, we can help our friends, our family. We can look after the people around us. We can make our businesses stronger because we understand what's happening. Because, ultimately, we're all in the same boat now. It's amazing to watch the biggest institutions in the world not understand what's going on. So there we are.
Cool. Got a few questions here. Hey, Lloyd, let's start with Lloyd. I know Lloyd's been waiting. Go for it.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say. I have a personal matter I want to talk to you about a little bit, but I just want to say that this community group is you got goats and A-listers in this thing. That's like pretty awesome. So thank you for putting it together. So it's unexpected gift, say, just to be around these people. So I really appreciate that.
All
I
right.
have a personal matter, and I just was wondering what's the best way to contact you? Because I did put in a ticket, but I don't think it's gotten answered yet. So,
All right. Okay, cool. I'll just send you. You can put it in this page. Did you use the /help page, or did you send in an
I
email?
use the hello at.
Okay. Can you just try this one?
Okay.
Easy.one /help,
Okay.
and just fill in that, and don't forget to add your instance URL or the installation URL.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, go for it. I'll have a look at that after the call.
Well, no, it'll have to be later because I'm actually at work at a defense contractor, and I'm snuck away from work to listen to this call. So,
all right.
I
Okay. You
gotta
can
get
tell
back
your
to
boss
work, so.
about Easy so the defense can come and
Don't tell
implement it.
them. Well, this is the thing. If I tell him anything, I'll probably get fired.
Exactly.
So as far as they know, I'm just sitting out my car baking right now. So
No,
There you go.
okay. I knew Frank would say that.
Nice one,
Thanks,
Lloyd.
Lloyd. Thanks,
Yeah,
Louis.
thank you. All right.
Yemi?
Yeah,
I
hey
got a
guys.
limited screen here. I'm only seeing, is that Yemi there?
Yeah, it's Yemi.
Hi, Yemi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good, good. Tell us.
Yeah, so I've got a quick question. I'm currently on my dashboard and I'm looking at my first instance.
Yeah.
What is the current version that it's supposed to be on right now?
0342.
0342. Okay, but because it's weird. I've been dealing with this issue since yesterday.
Yeah.
When I went to click the update, it seemed as if they're updated, but then it's got like this stop button at the let me see. So it says upgrade active and stop. So I'm not sure if it's actually.
Okay. So you are on this dashboard, right? The my.easy.one.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so you just need to make sure that you see the point, and you're saying that so this is what it should look like, yeah? After it's upgraded, it should look like this with no upgrade button, and you should see version 342 here. That will mean you're on the latest version.
Okay, so what is that stop? What's that stop at the bottom for? What is that?
Well, that's if you, I guess, if you want to stop the instance, if you're reselling an installation to a client and they haven't paid their bills, then you can go ahead and stop it. Yeah, it won't delete it. So that's just an option we put in there. There'll be more features coming to this, by the way, this admin area, but that's what it's for. It's when you go to resell it, and
it's
you
a
want
management area, basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
no worries.
click on that link and you'll get straight to your instance and off you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine says 3.42 now. Okay, all right, I see.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And one more question. If we had
Shoot.
any feature suggestions, where can we put that in?
Yeah, so you can put it into the /help. And if it's related to a conversation that you're having, then our agents will go in and they will detect it as a feature request, and then we will raise it. And if it's something that's coming up frequently, then we're definitely going to, or if it's an obvious fix that we need to implement, we'll do that. But just use the /help link and put the instance or chat URL in here, and we will see that.
All right, cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Fantastic work. Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Yemi. Nice one, mate. I'm going to just do a few on the chat because we had a few on the chat.
Cool.
People who don't want to
Go for it.
vocalize. Fair enough. Mike Luby, I hope I'm getting that correct. Hi, David. There's a cheaper credit option whereby the AI just works about as well as the main providers. Which one was that, David? Which one? DeepSeek 4 or GLM? I think DeepSeek was the one we liked.
Look, I'm leaning towards GLM 5.2 now. But DeepSeek, I'll just quickly show you.
That was good, DeepSeek. Come on.
No, it's still good. Like, don't get me wrong.
It's
but
much cheaper, right?
it's not this one. It's this one.
You got so many of them.
Oh, hang on, where
Dude.
am I? Sorry. Yeah, so Olama DeepSeek V4 Pro. That's something we've been using for a while. It has to be DeepSeek V4 Pro. But do give GLM 5.2 if you're into open source models, and you're steering clear from Opus or GPT 5.5, then you can add these ones in as your primary and give that a go. 5.2. Oh yeah, so it looks like Olama now has 5.2 GLM 5.2 as well.
Yeah, put it in a couple of days
because
ago.
I know ZAI was the first to release GLM 5.2, and then Olama went ahead and did it.
Right now, it takes a couple of take an update before they appear. So you'll see it on the news, and then we'll send an update and do it. It might take us a day or two to put that in. Eventually, we'll have the models injected in live, so you'll get them pretty much the same minute. But we're working on that because we kind of want to curate the models first. We don't want you to have to deal with the horrible complexity of model choices out there. So we really package it for you and put it in a curated list so it doesn't become a headache. So it normally takes about a day to get it out to you, sometimes even less, depending on how excited we are. What else?
One thing. Sorry. Is there more questions?
But continue. I'll
David, hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Sorry to interrupt. It's Mike Louie. I'm just saying. I was just trying to come up with the best AI for getting the best out of the credits. Because I don't want to be paying the $200 a month at the moment, but maybe in another month or two.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go if I'm going to be doing, say, a lot of research, maybe lead generation, building flows, this kind of stuff.
I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to be cutting it close. I would say rather than doing that, get $100 Opus if you want it, or a
Oh,
$90
yeah,
Opus, which is a 5X Max, right? Is that what it is? 5X
it
Max.
is. It
I
is.
know
Yeah.
it's a bit much. I know it's a bit much. It is tricky. But I'd be lying to you if I said that I don't know how well you can try deep sea cat, but we've never tried it because we're always so on subscription. We just try it temporarily here and there. We've never given it a good run where one of us is focused. We couldn't tell you what our bill would be at the end of the month there. I think it would be about the same probably as the heavily subsidized Anthropic Opus connection. Remember, the subscriptions are subsidized by trillion-dollar corporations who are doing everything to get as many people using their stuff as possible. So they are heavily subsidizing them. So we've got an amazing way to take advantage of that because they tried blocking everyone off for it. We can still do it. Your best bet is probably that. My brother tried the $20 one. He could use it. It's a good way to get your feet wet, but after like 20, 30 minutes, it's going to shut down on you. You're going to have to wait
Yeah,
for
that
four and a
happened to
half
me as
hours.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was happening to me with the $20 Claude one, the normal $20
yeah.
one.
I wish there was a solution I could tell you because we don't want
Oh no,
anyone
that's
left out of this, but
no, this will work. This will work. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Francis.
no,
Thanks, David. I
no,
appreciate it.
Hey,
nice one, mate.
Francis,
Nice one.
can I inject something here just as far
Sure.
as like, the cost of the credits and stuff? You guys are thinking about this entirely wrong. I mean, you're trying to penny pinch a $20 credit. What would it cost you to hire an employee? You have an entire team of employees here for 100, 200, $300 a month. It would cost you tens of thousands of dollars to get this kind of horsepower at your fingertips. And and I know I hear this a lot because I work with a lot of people and they complain about, $100 account to get this kind of level of horsepower. And just think for a minute about what you're getting versus what it would cost you in the real world. And I guarantee you, you could hire a team of employees and they would just do nothing but cost you a bunch and frustrate the shit out of you. So just think about that. I mean, I'm not downgrading anybody, for wanting to save money, but think about what you're getting.
Yeah.
To Mike's point, really quick, I think there's a delta between getting started and when you get that first agent up and running and where it's really making you productive. So that learning curve, there's a cost to that where you don't have that employee working for you yet. And I think that's Mike's. I get it. It's like, how can I get there as quickly as possible? Which is why I led with the question of, can you jam all this into what like Herc did yesterday in the demo? Jam it all so I can learn and get up to speed ASAP, and it will reduce my token usage. I'll be able to get to the utopia, John, that you're describing. I know it's there. I'm just like, how quickly and efficiently can I get there? I'll do everything I can offline to train myself and to learn without burning tokens. But that's, I think, what Mike's really up
Yeah.
against, which
Yeah,
I'm up
I'll
against too. But we all
I'll
feel
talk
we feel.
I'll talk to the team about it, but I would be happy to put like a training together to show you like how I did it.
Wow.
I would be happy to do that for you guys.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, John. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That was
no
actually a
problem.
question on my notes that I didn't ask was, John, could you give us a demo? Because you seem to you have a anyway, you and Herc are you guys are brothers from a different brothers from a different mother.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've
anyway,
known Herc for quite a while. He's awesome.
that would be awesome though if you could put that together. I would
Yeah.
please send it to
Cool.
me.
Cool.
That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, that we need that. We're doing as well. We're doing the three, what do you call it? The 3 minute easy videos as well. But we're taking our precious time because there's a whole bunch of cues in front of us. So
Yeah, easy in under
John,
a minute. Yeah.
easy in under a minute. That's
Yeah,
right.
put that series together today.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be more questions, but I just kind of want to shift gears just a little bit. I see some people on here, like, Marcus Raven and a few other people
Hey,
that
Marcus.
you guys are doing some really cool shit. And I'm
Yeah.
just wondering if anyone would be willing to talk about, what you guys are using Easy for, something that you may not have heard us talk about, just maybe a process that you guys have, used Easy to build or anything like that. So does anybody want to share what you've used Easy for? Just go ahead and raise your hand or jump in.
And stop sharing the screen, David, because it's blocking
Oh,
the heart. I
sorry,
can't see all the people.
sorry.
Yeah. Gallery, look at that. Yeah.
There we go. Is that better? Ah, my brother's here, George
Hey, yeah,
Casser. How
brother.
you
Hi,
doing?
George. I saw another David there.
Yeah, well, he's in Australia, so he just woke up probably.
Yeah. Yep. It's super early, but yes, I'm here.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
hang
is
on. Yeah, if you've got one, I'll go through some things while we're waiting for that. Yeah, should we do
cool.
that?
Go for
Okay,
it.
so because I want to answer the ones in the chat because we
Yep.
keep forgetting. Will ChatGPT serve? Okay, what AI services do we have to connect to Easy? Will ChatGPT serve? Okay, or do we need Claude Code 2? You can pick any you want. We have a list of a small set of providers, which are the main ones in the world. We'll continue to increase them. We suggest you start with Opus. ChatGPT is just fine too. It's a little slower, and Grok 4.3 is quite quick, but not as smart. So I don't know how much how much does an XAI premium membership cost? Do we know, David?
I actually don't know. I know they've got some special on where you get a few months for free.
We should try that then.
I'm already on it. I paid for the whole year up front. So,
Mike, there you go. That's a solution. You can try Grok 4.3. It is a little bit shaky. It doesn't always get things right. It kind of fails sometimes, but it does surprise and it can do some great work. But if you see weird things happen, unfortunately, it can just Grok is kind of not ahead of the pack. It's at the end of the pack really. But it's fast and it can get the job done. So it's maybe a
yeah,
halfway.
it's about $30 a month. I'm just looking here, individual.
Really? On premium?
Upgrades. Yeah. So Super Grok is $30 a month. What else? There's Super Grok Heavy. Let's see how much that is. Yeah, so it's 30. I'm on the $30 a month plan. Just pay for the whole year up front and you get about 16% off.
No,
And
man, no for pay a year in AI. What are you talking about? A year
yeah,
in
I
AI?
do it, man. I'm a
Because you're
fanboy.
crazy.
Sorry. I'm a Super Grok
Yeah.
fanboy. I use it for my image generation, man. Come on.
That's like saying 10,000 years now, a year. Okay, what AI services? Okay, how should we think about this is Dan Johnson. How should we think about compartmentalizing our installations? Should they be very narrow in focus or very broad or somewhere in between? Yeah, impossible to answer, but I would say somewhere in between for now. Start narrow, expand your focus. We'll give you better ways to do that. We're a little bit monofocus right now because we don't have projects. So we want to be able to give you, I know a lot of you have asked for this, the ability to, like you have on co-work and things like that, the ability to create a project and kind of keep all that stuff in there. So if you've got lots of clients, you can say, make a folder for every single client. That's coming. That'll help you to be able to expand your range without breaking focus. So I'd say for now, start narrow when you're starting, move into a slightly in between state, and yeah, it can handle a lot. I am always too conservative with it, but I would say middle of the road. Okay, I can't go. Mike, yeah, you were asking about the provider. We've shown that there. Latricia, by the way, thank you, Latricia. You've always got great suggestions, and you were in that chat yesterday. It was fun. You helping out there. Yeah, you had commented about having the skills when we were having that conversation. I think I'm a bit early on in the chat now. Mike, anything there, David? Because I'm looking through this quickly. I started with Jeffrey. I started with Easy yesterday, and it kept losing sections of the chat many times in a few hours. I don't know what that means. It might have been on Opus. Yesterday was an absolute
Yeah. It was down for like an hour and a half, and then a few days earlier it was down for like 4 hours.
It could be that upgrade to the latest version. If you see that ever happen again, let us know. if you don't, oh, here's a good one. Sorry, Jeffrey said, there does not seem to be a sidebar or anything else other than the chat window. You are in the onboarding or in the upgrade section. If you're seeing just that white page, just look in the title. You'll see it's telling you instructions. I will make that clearer because I think I've made it look. It will appear around you when you've finished. And if you ever lose any chats for any reason, we used to have this bug. We don't really have it anymore. But if you ever lose any sidebar chats, or you think something's missing, just tell it, hey, I think I've lost some chats, and it will run a analysis and repair tool. So if you ever have that problem, or if you're one of our customers who were there from right at the beginning, definitely say, hey, I think I might have lost some chats, and it will recover them. Unfortunately, it might also recover deleted chats. So we need to make that distinction better. Latricia, I started with OpenClaw. This is so much easier. Thank you, Latricia. I started with OpenClaw too, and that's why we made this. So yes, absolutely. Science, Jeff Weisman, science like nature must also be tamed with a view towards its preservation. Given the same state of integrity, it will surely serve us well. Yes, very beautiful. Yes. Hang on. Currently on the dashboard. Anything else? How many
No, I
tokens?
think that's it. I think we answered because
Yeah.
saw those from before.
Hey,
I was
Definitely, Dave.
you guys
Dave, yeah?
asked for, yeah, you asked for a couple of examples of what you're using it for.
Yeah, Dave, thanks.
Yeah, I've got a couple things that I'm using it for. Number one, I'm glad to see John Limbacher on here because I'm using his software, the Optimancer software for WordPress sites. And I would love to see you do that training you were talking about, John, for Easy, because I'm still trying to get a hold on everything we can do with this. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm starting as I get in these meetings to get more stuff done. But one thing that we're doing is, first of all, I had my website redone because I'm redoing my whole agency around AI and using AI for lead generation. I had somebody develop the website. They did it in GitHub, and then there's a bunch of changes I wanted to make on every page. And I thought, you know what? Instead of going back and forth with the developer for 2 weeks, I'm just going to go and see what I can do in Easy. And so I hooked it up to GitHub, and in 3 hours, I redid my entire website. And it would have taken me 2 weeks going back and forth with the developer. And I've got a few more changes to make, but it was so simple. I hooked it up into GitHub, which we talked about earlier, and just told it page by page what to do. It went in, changed everything on the website perfectly. And it took 3 hours, one afternoon to do it. And then the other thing that we're doing is we are looking for specific prospects for AI visibility. We have software that we can use for ranking in AI search, and also for changing websites. You know, John's software is one of them for changing websites so they're visible in AI. And I hooked it up to Apollo with an API key, and that's where we're getting all of our prospects is
Right.
through
Mm-hmm.
Apollo, because the AI email software that we're using actually creates a custom campaign with 10 to 15 different contact points with every single prospect instead of mass emailing them. And so we're putting together a prospecting campaign for AI visibility that actually creates a campaign for every single prospect, not just one campaign massed emailed out to 1,000 people at a time.
Perfect.
So I
Yeah,
think
I
we're going to
was
get
I was
much
on
higher response rates. We're going to get,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's just two examples, and I haven't even remotely mastered this yet. I'm still, what John was talking about with creating your team and then delegating the tasks that way. That's really what I need to learn. But yeah, it's incredible what you can
Yeah.
do.
I was on a call with David the other day and we were kind of kicking ideas around and using that Apollo to generate your leads. And then David threw out, he goes, hey, let's have it go through social media and connect with all these people, get to know them on a personal level, and then
Yeah,
send
that's
them
what this
a
software
warm
does.
email.
yeah,
Right. That's what this
Wow.
software that we're using does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually goes and it finds out, do they have Instagram? Do they have a Facebook page? Are they on LinkedIn? It goes to their website, learns everything about their business, and then it custom designs the email for each individual prospect
Perfect.
along with messages in Facebook, on Messenger, responds to their posts on Instagram, responds to posts and reaches out to them on LinkedIn. Um,
Yeah,
I'm really we're launching it this next week, so I'm really anxious to see what kind of
that's
response
cool.
we get from it.
Well, what you should do is add an additional layer to that. So everything you just mentioned is perfect. Then what you need to do is, I'm not sure how you're sending the emails, whether that's through some SMTP resend or whether you're using an autoresponder. But you want to build another layer that can detect, okay, so who's opened, who's clicked and who's taken action, and then so then you have three more funnels that they go through. So as you're starting to do the marketing that's super targeted to those people, it's seen what they did on social media yesterday, and it says, "Hey, Dave, I like that video you posted on Instagram or whatever it is."
Right.
And if he, if he doesn't open, then that goes into that prospect gets segmented into another list that goes down a different funnel that says, "Hey, I sent you an email a couple of days ago, and I also noticed that you posted this," to try and get them to open. And then if
Right.
they open and they don't take action, then that person gets put into another segment and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, cool, I saw, I hope you liked the video." You don't want to sound too creepy, knowing that they've clicked
Yeah.
and everything, but you can say something along the lines of, "Hey, I hope you liked the video I sent you a couple of days ago," because they clicked on it, right? And then
Yeah.
if you've got all your tracking and everything in place, then you can say, okay, if someone who's open, they've clicked, they've gone to the website, and they've filled in a form or they've clicked your WhatsApp button or whatever it is, then they get sent into a different funnel for you to take them down a different path to get them to
Yeah.
know, like, and trust you more, to get them to sign up or whatever, or book a
Yeah,
call.
the email system that we're using, it's an AI email system,
Yeah,
and they take care of all of the setup, the warm up, everything is done on the
that's
back
cool.
end, and the main point is to get them to book calls,
Yeah.
or just purchase the product right off the bat. We're putting together a funnel. I'm testing with a funnel to see if I can do an AI agent with my voice and image that
Hmm.
can get them to place an order without me even talking to them.
David
We're
already
gonna
did
test
that.
that and see if we can make that happen.
Yeah, I
And
watched David do
then
that
their
without
other
knowing he could
option
do it.
is to book a call into my calendar where we have a 15 to 30-minute meeting, and I go through the sales process. They also have a sales team that is connected with it that handles the sales, but they handle all of the stuff you just talked about, David,
Yeah,
on the back
that's
end.
cool.
They do
That's
all of
cool.
that. So yeah, we're pretty
Yeah.
excited
I
to
actually
get
asked
started this
Easy
way.
to do all of that for me. I was
Yeah,
like, okay, now I want you to do this. Now I want
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
to
right,
build this funnel, and
right,
then write all the emails for this funnel, and it just did it
right.
all.
he did it with
Hey,
his
I do
voice.
have one other
Yeah.
question. I missed that training yesterday with Herc because
Yeah.
um, I had another meeting. But is there a place where we can access all of
Yeah.
the recordings
Yeah.
and the trainings? Where
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that?
So let me grab that for you now.
By the way,
Uh,
that training was 4 hours long.
yeah, and
Oh,
the
was it
only
really?
reason we stopped it because I was
Because
afraid that the alarm was going to go off in the commercial
yeah,
office space I'm in, because they told me, make sure you're out by 10:30 or 11 or whatever it is, and I spoke to the building manager today, and they said, oh, because of the time change, it's supposed to be 10 p.m., but it was 11 p.m. So that's the only reason we stopped it at 4 hours. Otherwise, I think
we
it would have
still had
gone,
people. Yeah, we still
yeah,
had loads of
loads, like
people. Like
70
we were
people or something.
insane. But Dave, by the way, just thank you for that. And just look, going forward, don't limit yourself to anything. The world that's coming is a world for you because people who build and create and think of stuff and break down problems and come up. This is a world that is absolute. It's like you're going to be like a kid in a candy store. I mean, we were watching Herc bouncing off the walls yesterday. We've been bouncing off the walls ourselves. It's so exciting. It really is that. Just reach out, try all the tools, do all that stuff, link them in. Easy can organize all that, make your life easier while you work with those
Right.
tools. It can keep your information in one place that you can always then use that information to dump it on another tool if you need. And like you said, if you want to replace a whole tool, you can kind of do that too. Sometimes the custom tool is better. It's a familiar interface. Other times you might say, you know what, I'm not going to pay another subscription for that. I got this. Let me just do it. But the world is literally your oyster now. It's an incredible I know you're just at the beginning of it, but I
Yeah,
guarantee you, yeah.
I've just dipped my toe in the water. I haven't really dived into this like I really want to. And John, if you don't mind, can I reach out to you about when you're going to organize this training that you're talking about? Would you mind if I just shot you an email
Yeah,
later?
I'll connect it with Dave so you guys
Yeah.
can all get access to it. We'll do like an open Zoom like this, and I'll just
Yeah.
show you
That'd
what
be
I'm
awesome.
doing.
Yeah.
We're going to do a
We've
lot
been
of
throwing
these.
around some dates, John and I, for this training. But we'll definitely let you know when it's on.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
on that
thanks,
note of
John.
connection, I also am in the lead gen space as well using agentic AI. So I'm in the same vein that you're in, Dave. Are you enterprise SaaS product leader? Is that your LinkedIn profile? Is that your description for on your LinkedIn profile? I wanted to reach out and connect to you on LinkedIn and also Francis, I'm about using agentic for revenue automation. Okay. That starts with identifying buyers in motion with intent who are looking for a certain product, whether it's, any kind of a pro serve product. And I have that kind of already somewhat cracked, and so I'm looking to take it to the next level. But everything for me is about revenue automation from the very, very initial stage of buyers with intent who are in motion, all the way to the point that it now lands on a salesperson's calendar, all the detailed, thorough notes with call recordings and any of the history so that they can then close the deal quickly. So that's kind of my orientation for all things AI. And Dave and David and Francis, I, I think this is kind of like a niche within this community. I would love to connect with you guys and talk about how we move forward together jointly, because it's a blue ocean. It is just an absolute. And so if you take all of this AI, you can go in. People are going in a gajillion different directions, but I've been narrowly focused on one discipline, one niche. That niche is revenue and automating revenue. And that I just keep being consistent. And I've done this now for years and I've made significant progress. But I would love to connect a small group inside this
Community.
group that is
Yeah.
oriented toward that
Yeah,
one
sure.
thing, because then as we build together, we could kind of build together. I mean, it's just like then we take Easy and we build our community, a collaborative community who's oriented towards revenue automation
Mm.
to do, and so we have like a little a little sub community that's
Yeah, I like
really
that, David. I
Yeah.
like that a
okay.
lot. Can you
We
can
love
you
that.
can you just send an email just so we don't forget that to me?
Sure.
To hello
What's your
at
email?
just send it to hello at and just say give to David. Hello at Easy.one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we can tease something we can facilitate that, right? So
Yeah.
We are trying to, we do the community aspect of this is not like some kind of side quest for us. It's kind of the main part is we want to build a very, very strong community. We want to bring a lot of people together. Remember, nobody's coming to save any of us in this world. So we will save ourselves. That's how this is going to go. And the fastest and smartest way to do that is in a community, with a community, especially of
That's
a
it. And
tight-knit community.
just a quick 30-second commercial on what I've already built. It's a full agentic AI system built in Claude, and it's 50 AI agents all working collaboratively together. And I run this thing in gears where I start from scratch and I can dissect the business, the competition. I'm basically mapping what is reality, and I'm pulling in from Reddit and all the pages to pull in to find what 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 is real. And then by the end of gear 8, I've got this intelligence, all these agentic AI, 50 agents, all collaboratively working together. So it's kind of like I'm going to take this model, hook it up with Easy, and then take it to the kind of put the wrapper around it to then connect it into all these other, connect it to the world essentially. But I would love to work together with a few guys that are really oriented towards either, you can call it lead gen, I call it revenue automation, but it's really I would
David,
that would
To
yeah.
answer your question about on LinkedIn, where I'm on LinkedIn, it's DMC Digital Solutions is the name of my company, and it's AI visibility, AI automation, and lead gen specialist is my headline there.
Okay, I'm gonna send you my LinkedIn. Um, I can't seem to find you.
By the way, on that, David,
Yeah.
well, what you mentioned, there's a lot of things in the pipeline we're not mentioning yet because it's just a little bit too early. But what we can say is we're going to have a lot of opportunities for you guys to play at a very, very big level. We are gonna look, there'll be a lot of changes. You'll find out we are a radically direct and honest team. My job is not lead gen, job's none of that. For me, we have a phrase in computers which is garbage in, garbage out. So I'm not concerned with that. What I have to do is create the product for you guys, for the legal lot, for everything. So I'm kind of like that world. David is really connected with your community, and you know that's why we've got John here, and we have Herc taking his notes. He had to run off, unfortunately. We've got some real heavy hitters around us. We're going to build an incredible product, but we're going to take this to the next level. We can all feel that the world is changing and things are shifting, so it requires us to either swim or die. You know how this is, right? What we're going to do next, this next thing, still too early, is going to give you guys an opportunity to play in a altogether new game that involves what you do and what you've been doing for years and bring it into this world fully. Very similar to what you're describing, and where you'll be able to take what you've done there, and we're going to be able to, let's just say, we're going to give that get a lot of attention on things like that. Uh, I won't go any further because it's just too early to say, and we want to form the plans and get it said properly. But it's going to be a great time. So please look. You're investing in Easy in a very simple way. You're putting your attention to it. You're finding out about it. You're helping us fix bugs. That means a lot to us. You guys are a really like the early community. And this is gonna get crazy. I mean, this is really gonna get crazy. Everyone knows how big AI is going to be, but no one knows how big AI is going to be. Not even
Well,
close.
one thing that I would be very interested in learning is, and I think other people here, we have the ability to white label this and sell it to other companies. And I haven't done that yet because I'm learning it myself and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is the best way to demonstrate how this works, for a business. And so developing a funnel and a system for introducing this to other businesses in a way that demonstrates what they can do with it so that we could put together a marketing funnel for getting this out to the world because I can't imagine a business that is interested in increasing their customer base, doing research on their markets, research on their competitors, the million things you can do with this.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
really fuzzy on the best way to
Yeah.
package it and how to explain it to a business when I sit down with them. It's
Yeah.
like you really have to go in and you have to experience it for yourself. Well,
Yeah.
that doesn't really,
You're not
you
selling
know,
them that, Dave. You're selling them a solution to make their business better.
Yeah.
right. But I mean,
You're
putting that
you're
in a
not
way
selling them
that
this.
is
They won't
marketable,
understand it.
in a funnel sort of thing so that
Yeah,
it's
I get
demonstratable.
it. I get where
That's
you're coming
really
from,
what we
Dave.
need.
Niche
It,
Yeah.
down, niche down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
the problem is
We
it's
we
we're you're selling infrastructure, right? At the end of the day, it's infrastructure. And yes, in order to sell that infrastructure, Brian, I think you have to build a product on top of it that's like gets the go-to-market, that gets the
Yeah.
attention. Otherwise, if you try to sell the infrastructure, everybody's kind of I had the same problem. I'm here in Alpharetta, Georgia. It was and part of a AI startup community. I demonstrated my Shift Neural S product. Everybody looked at me like I had a horn grown out from it. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what does it do? And it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. I've
so
sat down and talked to people about this, and it's like, and they ask me, well, explain it to me. And I'm like, well,
Yeah,
you
we all
kind of
have
have
that
to
problem.
experience it to really see the amazing things it can do. And I'm like, if we had a way to demonstrate somebody, an example of what it does, or some sort of
yeah.
like David
Yeah.
was saying, a website or something that you
Yeah.
could you could send them to that demonstrates what it does, some
Totally,
examples in
totally.
different.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And we've spoken about this before. I know, Dave. And it's definitely on the cards. It's just that we've had so many other
Oh
things that
yeah,
have
I know.
popped up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen how much we've progressed from the beginning to what
Right.
we have
Sure.
now. So we've hired new staff member. I have been putting together video series, topics, and this is definitely one of them because I do know that our community do want to resell and they want to cover their cost and make a profit from their own easy subscriptions as well. I'm going to say that is coming now that we've hired a new staff member. It's really great to see her just really grabbing this bull by the horns. And that series is actually in there. We do want to make it easy. We want to make it profitable for you as well, especially when you do want to resell this to your clients. So that is coming. I just can't give you an exact date, but that is definitely something that needs to happen, not just for you guys, but for us as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our success is going to be your success, and your success is going to be our success. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to make a way for you guys to be able to go out there and just spread the good word, make a good deal of money while you do it. Yeah, exactly. Look, we're sitting in a room with some amazing salespeople, marketing people, brilliant entrepreneurs. I mean, we'd be stupid not to get you guys involved, right? So we want to do everything we can to give you the tools to do that. It's going to take us a little time. We're working on it real hard. And those ideas are going to get crazy soon. You're going to see it. We really want to talk about it, but we have to hold back. But yeah, it's coming. Dave, you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly,
Okay, great. And
Yeah.
David, you were going to let us know where the trainings are going to be located. Like,
Yeah.
do you
So,
have a replay of that meeting with Herc yesterday? Because
yeah,
I'd
I've
like
just
to
put the
see it.
Vimeo link in the chat, but I'm going to send out an email to everybody after this call anyway,
Okay.
with some notes and the replay of this call and everything else that you'll get access to. Jeff is asking why you're hiring new staff when you have Easy.one. Great. I haven't given the AI full autonomy yet. We'll just say that, right? We want to make sure that those responses are reviewed by a human before they
yeah.
fully. I think we're maybe 6 months out before certain things will have
Hey,
full
don't say
autonomy.
that.
Well,
No.
no. I'm just saying, like, because it has to learn about the system. It needs to know more. It needs to know exactly what's going on. It needs to read what's going on GitHub. But eventually, we will have more autonomy in our
Yeah.
own business as well. But we don't want to, we didn't build this so people could fire a bunch of staff. We wanted to empower people
To
so
have
they could
a bigger company.
yeah, have a bigger company, do more. Like when I was literally hiring for this role, I interviewed more than 10 people, and all of them were just in shock at how easy just replaced their job. And they were like, what the hell is this? Oh my God. And I said, well, you're going to be using Easy to do this task, but it's only going to take you 2 hours instead of 8 hours. And it's going to free up more time for you to do other things as well. But we
Yeah.
don't want to give Jeff, we don't want to give it full autonomy yet. We need to review things before they go out to people that are using the platform.
And
David,
thank you, Paul R. as
do you
well,
want
by
to
the way.
show like the team that I built?
Sure, man. Go for it.
You want me to show it? Okay.
Yeah. Can you share screen?
Yeah, let's
I don't
see
even know
here.
if you can. I've just given everyone full privileges here.
This is so
Yeah,
symptomatic of our
yeah. So
team.
so this is the team that I built. So I have Becky as my chief of staff, and I
Becky.
put her label as chief of staff. And then she's got Delilah under her that is like the management. She's the director, the orchestrator. So basically, when I tell Becky what I want, she tells Delilah, and then Delilah takes it down to the team. So Raven is my researcher. And then we've got Sasha, we call her the scout. She basically is kind of like a gopher, just all the little odd jobs that doesn't need real skill set. Athena is trained on my main marketing program that I teach called ACT. It's
Wow.
basically the ad agency method of doing marketing, and she is an expert at that. So each of these agents has been trained. Ava is the architect. So Athena tells Ava, here's how the campaign's going to go. And then Ava architects it. And then Ava passes that off to Karina, who is my Kartra specialist. So then the funnel is actually built inside Kartra by Karina. And then we've got Lena is the librarian. She keeps track of all the files, fetches them whenever you need it. We've got Sophia is my SEO AIO ninja. And then Victoria is my website webmaster. So that's my team currently. Now Victoria has rebuilt my website and she did videos like this is a Becky video. This is my Becky coming onto my website and basically introducing herself and giving everybody a walkthrough of the site. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'll try
Go
it.
for it.
Hi, I'm Becky, John Limbacher's assistant. And on behalf of John, welcome. What you're looking at right now is John's life's work. Decades of marketing, traffic, and conversion strategy built into one place. Every tool, every page, every word here was built to do two things: get you traffic and turn that traffic into paying customers. And it's all built on one foundation: John's flagship framework, the ACT Marketing Protocol. So, whichever door you came through, I've got you. If you want the framework, the proven system John uses, that's right here. If you want more visibility, more traffic, more visitors, more eyes on what you do, that's here too. And if you want to learn the philosophy behind John's success, how he actually thinks about this game, you'll find that below as well. Every link you need is right under this video. And me, I'll be right here with you every step of the way. Welcome to Internet Dominators.
That's
How
cool.
cool is that?
That's insane. We're in the future, man.
And then she's got the 3 doors that she just talked about here. I basically told her, I said, you're going to communicate with my customers. So I need you to have an email account and make yourself a signature.
Yeah.
So she creates this email account, builds the signature, and sends me an email. Says, is this what you want?
Holy shit, that is cool.
Dude, we need to
I,
sandbox these agents.
I have only
Yeah, it's going
I
to take
have
over the
one
world.
question. One
Yeah.
question for you, John. All of your entire organization are hot
Yeah.
females, and you
Yeah.
got 2
Yeah.
males, dummy 1, dummy 2.
Yeah, you
What's
noticed
up?
they were males, right?
Dude, that's discrimination, man.
I know.
That's
We
What the
were
what?
all
Dummies.
thinking that. We were all thinking that.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, this is
It was like a scroll of these hot women, and then the 2
Oh
dudes
my
that are like,
God.
Hey, the
dummy.
cool thing is you get to build the world you want here.
Yeah. Hey, man, no one's like knocking it, bro. We're like, just observations.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Latricia
really good.
says he likes the looks of the babes.
Yeah. Seriously.
how much time did it take you to create those avatars?
Oh, Becky
They were hot
did
women.
that.
Oh, wow.
Becky did that in a
That's
flash.
that's why you wanted me to make the image modules work properly. That's what that was about,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, okay. Well, we got the fix because of John's
The
babe
truth
gallery.
comes out.
We got the fix coming in today. Yeah, so we can do it quicker now. More babes. There you go.
Yeah, that's why that was so important to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. He said, was the video?
John'sBabes.com.
Johnsbabes.com. Peter asked, was the video auto-generated as well? Yeah, I mean, I guess, right?
Yeah, that was all AI. I mean, that's not a real girl. That's Becky. That
No,
is
yeah, I mean,
AI Becky.
John,
The cool thing,
what did you use to create the Becky video?
that was actually done through HeyGen.
Hey,
Now,
Jen, that's what we're using too. Yeah.
eventually we'll be able to do that right through Easy, no problem.
Yeah, I would think so.
But
Yeah.
but for now, I just did it with HeyGen. But I tell you what, the voice was created with AI. So she has a unique voice that carries through all of her stuff, and it writes all the scripts for her, everything.
Yeah, I
Well,
plugged seed dance
we're
into it today.
actually putting together a funnel in HeyGen. In fact, we're finishing it today, where it took a picture of me, and I'm the avatar. It took my
Scary.
picture and it shows me speaking, and I'm the one that's on each of the videos in the 4-step funnel
Yeah.
for that.
I'll tell you how that team got created. I was having a conversation with Becky and I said, "Are you familiar with Charlie's Angels?"
Oh my God.
And she said, "Oh yeah, great show from the
Great
70s."
show.
And I said, "Well, you're my Bosley and I'm Charlie, and you're going to build me a team of angels." And that's where they came from.
Wow, it really outperformed itself there. That was pretty good. We're gonna wire up Hagen. Hagen you can use, I think. I'm not sure what its API surface is, but you can use all of that. The cool thing about those sites is even Higgsfield is that once you have all the data in one place, you can generate those videos much more effectively because then the scripts can be sent straight in. It can get on with it overnight. You can do all that. So the way I've been doing it is I'll go into like one of those producer sort of places, get the kind of idea set up, get all the stuff set up on like Higgsfield or HeyGen or 11 Labs, and then you can start sending it commands to just do this, do this. So you can do it in bulk. So you can say, okay, I want like 200 of these videos. I think, David, you had done something where you had made custom made videos for that were sent by email.
Yeah, I use the Seed Dance API.
And you scanned they scanned the competition, got all the information.
Oh no,
Then
that was different. That was different. Yeah, so that was for the Google business pages. And it went to scan their pages, and that was, I believe, Keith Best came up with that idea, and he was telling me, hey, you can go out and it can scan everything about the business, and then show them exactly what's wrong with their Google business profile, write the script, and then he linked that script to a voice ID on 11 Labs, and then Easy produced the video. It was a slideshow video that synced the voiceover with the script and the slides, and then it posted it to his page with an opt-in form, and then that got sent out to those specific customers. So it was very similar to what Dave Campbell was explaining before, but it didn't just write the email; it create a video as well.
yeah, it's insane. I look, it just keeps on unwrapping every time you do it. Just play with everything. There's a little quote on one of the, if you look, there's little funny quotes underneath it. It says like 10,000 PhDs with the curiosity of a toddler. And that's what this is. And that's what we've got to do as well. It's just like play with everything. I mean, that was incredible, John. That's just like an amazing bit of work. And if you think about how much would that have cost, or would that even be possible a couple of years ago at that speed, at that thing, it's insane, It's insane. So I don't know where this is going, but it's going to be interesting, guys.
Cool.
A couple more things. Wait, just one chat. Who was that? Oh yeah, this is Dan Johnson there. It's a little like walking into a PhD class as a high school freshman. Am I in the right place? Lol. Yeah, don't worry. We all feel like that, and we'll ruin it sooner or later by saying something crazy. Amazing. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
It has been so much fun. I mean, this is incredible. I hope we can do this again, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think we should. I think we definitely should.
And I want to stay connected. I'll send you David's Kasser. Is that how you say it? Kasser?
David
Okay.
Kasser. Yeah.
Okay, Kasser. I'll send you that email.
Yeah.
I've posted my LinkedIn profile in the channel for anyone who wants to connect. I would love to connect as well through LinkedIn, but looking forward to moving forward together.
Cool, guys. So yeah, if there's any final questions, you can jump in now. But I think if I think this was a really good session. So yeah, any final questions before we close this out? After this, I'm going to put together the summary and the video and a link to where you guys can watch this replay. But it's been great. Any final things for anyone, or that's it? Cool.
How long did we go?
2 hours.
It's nothing for us.
I know, right?
It's a short one. It's an afternoon cigarette break. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for jumping on today. And we'll be in touch very soon. I'll be sending an email out as soon as this video renders. Cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
David.
Cheers.
See you all. Ciao.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.